Hey, what's going on? It's Mike, and I'm here with another episode of Smart Simple Digital. So today's message goes out to anyone who may have an idea in mind for a new digital product of some kind. Maybe you are thinking about a new website. You want to have a new website developed for your business, your personal brand. Maybe you want to launch a new app this year. Maybe you want to have a strategy developed that will help you to be more successful on social media. Whatever the case, you have that idea in mind, but now you don't know the first step to take. So I'm going to share 3 tips to help you get started on your journey to getting that digital product idea that you have in your mind that will help you to get started there, help you to be more successful. And actually, these are 3 things that you should do before you even begin to reach out to any type of expert. Whether that's a web designer, web developer, strategist. These are the 3 things that you should do on your own first. Before I get started, if you haven't done so already, take just a second, maybe even half a second to subscribe. And that way, anytime I put out videos, you will be among the first to get notified so that you can come back, check it out, stay current with the channel. Tip number 1, do your research. So let's say you are interested in having a new website developed for your brand, your business. The first thing that you should do before you even approach web designers or web developers with that idea is you should take some time to do some research on your own first. So again, if it's a website that you want to have developed, go on the web and do some research on what the trends and best practices are right now in the world of web development. Take a look at different sites and take note of the sites that you like. The individual design elements that catch your eye, the individual features that catch your eye, things that you would like to incorporate in that site that you want to build. And the same would be true if it was an app, that you wanted to develop. Just look out there in the field to see the things that you like, and just to do a little bit of research to see what's going on out in that particular world. And the reason why that's important is because, number 1, it's going to help you to be more informed when you finally do approach those experts, those designers and developers. It will put you in a better place to be able to communicate your needs a little bit more clear. The other reason why it's important to do some initial research is that it will decrease the chances of someone taking advantage of you. Some designer, developer trying to upsell you on things that you don't need, or trying to get, push features over on you that you have no clue about, but they're really just interested in making money. So again, do that research, push you in a more informed position so you can kind of know what's going on out here and what to expect. And also it helps to shape your goals and your needs. Tip number 2, develop really clear goals and objectives. So again, before you reach out to the experts, and in this case, I'll use, let's say, an app. You want to create a new app for your business. Before you reach out to those app developers, take some time to get clear on what it is that you want to achieve. What do you want to achieve with your app? What do you want your app to achieve? Be clear about who you're trying to reach, who your audience is. And like I said before, in that research part, understand again, what you want to include in the app, the features. So again, be clear on your goals and objectives, and I should say your overall needs and wants, so your requirements too. Just be very clear about those things, and again, that's going to help you too. So that, again, I'll just summarize it this way: if you're clear about what you want, then the people who will ultimately work for you, who are ultimately going to be building that product that you want, it will allow them to be clear to be clear on how they build that thing to meet your needs. So be clear so that the people who are working for you can be clear on what they need to do to get you that thing that you really need. Tip number 3, prototype first whenever possible. And what I mean by this is take some time to sketch out your ideas. And I mean this in a very literal sense. So break out the markers, the pens, the paper, and start to draw out that thing that you want. So if it's an app, for example, that you have in mind, start to sketch out the screens, the buttons, how information will be laid out, at least what's in your mind. Draw out the home screen, draw out what would happen once somebody, say, logs in. What does that next screen look like in your mind? Just start to sketch that thing out. And again, that's going to help you to just get clear around your ultimate vision, your ultimate goals and needs, and it will help you too when you actually do go to approach those developers or designers, because you'll have a draft or just some initial vision in mind which they can work with, and they can just sharpen it and mold it a little bit better. The other reason that you should do prototyping, or I should say the other way that I would suggest you do prototyping, and this is true especially for a website. So if you're interested in having a website built, before you jump off the cliff and you build and you pay hundreds or thousands of dollars for that first site, take some time and take advantage of those free and low-cost website development tools that exist. So I'm talking about tools like WordPress and Squarespace and Wix and all the other ones out there. Take some time to build a first draft. And a lot of those sites, if you might be getting a little scared right now, especially if you're not that tech savvy. You might be a little bit afraid, but a lot of those tools are very user friendly. Take some time. Take some time and build out just draft a really simple site and get that thing online and out in front of your audience. And once it's out there in front of them, use that time to get feedback on your site. And to understand the features that you really need, and the capabilities that your site really needs to have. And once you understand that, then you'll be in a better position to put that money out and spend those hundreds and not thousands of dollars to build that ultimate site that really meets your needs. So that's my recommendation. So before you jump out the window spending a bunch of money on a site, for example, or really anything, take some time to sketch it first. Use those free tools that exist right now. Put it out there on your own. Get some feedback on it. And then develop that ultimate list. And then go work with the experts to build that ultimate site that you have in mind. So those are my 3 tips to help you out. If you have an idea in mind right now for a digital product, but you don't know where to begin, those are the 3 things that you should do before you even approach a developer, designer, or the experts with your idea. So again, do your research first. Number 2, get clear on your goals and objectives. And number 3, prototype first whenever possible. Once you do those things, it will put you in such a better place when you work with the experts, because you'll be much clearer on what it is that you want, and your project will go so much more smoothly. Guarantee you. As always, if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. Again, if you haven't done so already and this is your first time watching, make sure that you subscribe. And you can also go back and take a look at some of the other videos that I've done before in the past as well. Also, go over to my website, smartsimpledigital.com. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.